Hey, it's Tyler from Advantage AutoPRO here. We're going to do oil change on a Mclaren 2018 540C. Stay tuned and find out how nicely this could be done. Hey guys, we're going to get this oil filter pulled off here. Now you do this first in an oil change with this and anything else that has a cartridge style filter like a European Velio. You'll see this is mistaken on a lot of videos. The guys do this last, like kind of they're thinking of like an old Chevy with the filter on the bottom. The problem with that is most of these cartridge style filters actually have a drain back valve in it. So if you drain the oil underneath the vehicle or like an Audi, a BMW, and then you come up to the top, pull this filter off, you'll notice there's probably about a quarter to a half liter of oil will drain back into the oil pan. That's dirty oil you didn't get changed. I'll show you when we pull it out where the drain valve is on this, and we'll see how that's done. Thank you. You get in here. Just crack this loose. As you can see, it's not very tight. They're just snug on here, guys.
It is made out of plastic.
Now, you'll actually hear an audible. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but you actually hear it sounding almost like a toilet flushing, the oil draining back in. Give that a second there. And then that was the pop, the oil drain bag valve. Now we'll give that a second to drain out. Grab the rag here so we don't make a mess on the engine. We're always going to get a little bit, so we'll do a little cleanup at the end. And flip that over. Now, as you'll see here, put the camera up there again. This is one of the things that caused the drain back valve. These plug a hole in the return line. Now they're for the oil pressure and everything else. When you pull this out, you'll see the oil will now start to drain out of the cavity here, and then we'll be good to go. So let me grab the new filter and we'll go from there. All right, my friends, now we're at that stage. The filter's been discarded. Going to throw the new O-ring that goes on the end here and the outer O-ring. We've got our new oil filter in here, and then we'll get it up in the air and start getting on with the oil change. Okay, hold on a second. I'll just set it up. 25 Newton meters, and we're good to go. Okay, let's go down and lift this car up. Okay, we've got the cover off here on our Mclaren 540C. We're going to start pulling the drain plugs out here. Out of the oil tanks, the turbos, but I just want to show something here. There's a little bit of oil on all these bolts here that go through into the block. That's actually normal on the McLarens. It's nothing to worry about. So if you're doing this at home and think, oh my God, my engine is burned, don't worry about it. Totally normal. You see it on a lot of these cars. The nice part is you can check a lot of the other stuff here. Some of the drive belts, they've got couplers on them style, and just get a good look at the car while you're in here. Look for any coolant leaks. They're known for leaking at some of these spring clamps they've got. It's like a Dodge. It's not the end of the world. You can put gear clamps on them unless you really want to be stickly, but it is what it is. It's made for assembly, factory for quickness. Other than that, let's go ahead and get some oil out of this car, and I'll show you in a second where the drains are. Hold on. All right guys, as that tank drains there, and then we'll come back here, we'll do the oil return lines. We'll do the dry sump case next. It's marked with blue paint. And then we'll do the two oil return lines here from the turbos. There's not much in here, but there's enough that it's worth changing. If you've ever done a Porsche turbo before, it'll be the same thing. Just hold on a second, we'll get in there. And we got coming out of the motor. Surprisingly enough, and if you're doing this, you'll find there's actually a lot in the engine. It almost seemed more than the tank. So we'll drain that all out. And next here, we're going to grab the two ends and then we'll get it back together. Use new drain plugs and gaskets. You can pick them up online. If you have to reuse yours because you forgot, it's okay, but it's just better practice, guys. Now, if you've owned Porsche turbos before, if you've done Porsche turbo oil changes, you'll find actually there on the bottom the turbos have like a little tank, a little Allen key. If you've been maintaining them. If not, you'll never get those out. So on a different car, don't worry about it. Now we'll pull the other line out. We've seen a lot of videos a lot of times. There's a fair amount coming in here. This is actually connected together. I'll take this off to show you. Nothing really comes out of there. You can probably just do one side and leave the other side alone. Less stuff you gotta touch the better, but we'll pull it for this video just to show you what we're talking about. Once this is done draining, I'll open this one up and we can see here. Let's let that drain for a minute. Guys, just something you can do here too. The factory torque spec for the plate bolts, sometimes they get a little loose even with that. So you can either tighten them up a little more. Honestly guys, a little bit of blue Loctite goes a long ways and covers some thoughts. Okay, let's get this panel thrown on. And guys, we're going to put in some 040 Mobile 1 European, and let's get her filled up. We'll start with 6 liters in our McLaren here, and then we will go from there. Okay guys, check the oil level on these cars. You'll get the engine up to temperature, apply the brake pedal, go through the menu to select oil level, and it'll tell you to then rev the gas up to 2,000 RPM, then it'll tell you the oil you're at. So let's give her a try and see what we got. Brake pedal. Hand away from putting it in a dry.
Yeah. You got the brake pedal on. Yeah. I'll go to make it. High throttle.